The second-to-last episode of The Summer I Turned Pretty feels less like a simple recap of events and more like the culmination of years of love, heartbreak, and unresolved tension. It gives us everything: nostalgia, family drama, messy love triangles, reconciliations, and the long-awaited Belly-Conrad reckoning. Let's go beat by beat. Conrad arrives in Paris with Jeremiah's hesitant blessing, determined to see if love can be rekindled. But Paris doesn't roll out a red carpet for him. It delivers heartbreak first. Belly zips up on a Vespa, looking every inch the grown woman she's become. Chic outfit, lob haircut, boyfriend Benito on the backseat. Watching them kiss forces Conrad to relive all the pain of loving her and losing her. But here's the twist. He doesn't run. Old Conrad, the one who used to protect himself at all costs, would have left. This Conrad stays, proof that he's ready to face things head on. Belly is rattled. She hugs him, but she's distant, defensive. Her life is carefully built now, and Conrad represents a past she isn't sure she can afford to reopen. In private, she has a meltdown, lipstick touch-up and all. It's the most human Belly moment. Conflicted, flustered, still tied to the boy who broke her heart. While Conrad is chasing love in Paris, Jeremiah is chasing culinary glory. He's reinvented himself as a sort of chef influencer, cooking an elaborate dinner in Denise's apartment. Conrad texts him well wishes, and Jerry admits he knows about the Paris trip. His reaction, calm acceptance, shows massive growth. His pain wasn't about Belly choosing Conrad, but about the waiting, the not knowing. At the same time, Denise reveals she's moving to San Francisco with Steven for their startup. This drops like a bomb, especially since Steven hasn't told Taylor yet. Taylor overhears and explodes. She uprooted her life for him, only to discover he's planning more changes without her. It's betrayal, but also a reminder of how fragile young love is when real-world decisions enter the chat. To make matters worse, the venue for Jerry's dinner floods. He nearly cancels everything until Taylor and Denise convince him to host at Cousins, the site of so much heartbreak. Choosing to return there says a lot. Jerry isn't running from pain anymore. He's leaning into it. Tourist buses, Eiffel Tower sightseeing, forced conversations, it's awkward. The chemistry that once sparked between Conrad and Belly feels blocked. He admits he came to Paris to see the city through her eyes, and she decides to show him a hidden rooftop, a place that helped her survive her lonely, uncertain early days in France. That rooftop moment is a turning point. He compares Paris to a human body, messy in parts but whole when seen together. She remembers the boy who always believed in her. For the first time in years, she feels the pull of that connection. By inviting him to her birthday dinner, she cracks the door back open. Conrad and Belly's apartment is a nostalgia trip. He sees photos of Benito, but also spots Junior Mint, the stuffed animal he once won for her. It's Belly in a nutshell, caught between who she is now and who she's always been. At dinner, Belly's friends embrace Conrad instantly, but Benito hovers in the background. His birthday gift, a sensual portrait of Belly, is a power move, a reminder that he's been the man in her present. But then comes the reveal. Benito and Belly actually broke up 6 weeks ago. Belly never told anyone, including Conrad. Suddenly, the love triangle shifts again. As wine loosens tongues, Gemma brings up Conrad's old confession and the failed wedding. Benito demands answers, forcing Conrad to admit he changed his ticket to stay longer. The whole table realizes Conrad didn't just show up, he chose to fight for Belly. Back at Cousins, Jeremiah wrestles with his perfectionist streak as dinner looms. Adam shows up with leftover wedding champagne, Laurel and John reminisce about Belly's birthdays, and Redbird resurfaces with his sommelier antics. The symbolism is rich. Cousins, the site of grief and broken weddings, is alive again with laughter, food, and family. The most emotional beats? Jer and Denise's kiss. Two people who've been orbiting each other finally give in, affirming Jeremiah's worth. Adam and Jerry's reconciliation. For the first time, Adam admits he's proud of his son. That hug isn't just between father and son, it's Jeremiah finally getting the validation he's craved his whole life. After dinner, Conrad gifts Belly sand from cousins, something he carried with him as a lifeline. It's one of the most intimate gestures he's ever made, proof she's always been with him, even in exile. Belly is touched, kissing him on the cheek. Later, under the Paris moon, they dance by the Seine. They laugh about the prom disaster, the funeral fight, the old drama. For once, they're not weighed down by it. They're free of it. Belly even admits his letters kept her afloat during her hardest days in Paris. And then, the kiss. Not a nostalgic one, not a what if, a real, present, this is happening kiss. They tumble through the night together. Cab, stairs, bed. For Conrad, it's a dream come true. For Belly, it's a moment of clarity and confusion. Because when it's over, doubt creeps in. Can she love him for who he is now, or is this just history repeating itself? Conrad declares his love, but she demands, and. Her fear is real. Are they bound together by fate or just trauma and timing? Conrad insists his love is eternal, not circumstantial. Belly isn't ready to believe it. When he leaves, she watches him go, but then realizes she can't let him slip away again. Cue the rom-com train station dash. Belly runs through car after car until she finds him crying. Her confession, "If there are infinite worlds, I choose you in every one of them," is the clearest she's ever been. They seal it with a kiss. At Cousins, Jeremiah's dinner ends in triumph. Denise by his side, Adam reconciled, the family whole again. In Paris, Belly chooses Conrad, fully, freely, with no caveats. Voiceover Belly reflects, she didn't go back to Cousins that summer, but eventually she did, with Conrad. The final scene shows them driving into Cousins side by side. No more running, no more uncertainty. They walk into the house not as star-crossed teens, but as adults finally ready for love. And just when fans thought it was over, the epilogue teases a cozy Parisian Christmas with Belly, Conrad, and Junior Mint before Prime Video drops the big announcement. The Summer I Turned Pretty, the movie, is coming, written and directed by Jenny Han. Paris versus Cousins. Paris is Belly's new world, where she had to grow up and prove herself. Cousins is her old world, full of love, grief, and family ties. By choosing Conrad in Paris, she bridges both worlds, her past and present selves. Jeremiah's arc. For once, Jeremiah isn't just the other guy. He finds validation outside of Belly, with Denise and with Adam's approval. It's not about winning the girl, it's about winning himself. Conrad's growth. He used to hide from pain, now he faces it. His persistence in Paris, his vulnerability about loving Belly despite everything, shows he's finally matured. Belly's choice. The train station scene is the anti-wedding. Back then, she ran from Conrad. Now she runs to him, fully aware of the stakes. This episode isn't just a reunion, it's a thesis statement. That love can survive grief, distance, and doubt. That growing up doesn't mean forgetting where you came from. And that sometimes the love you fought against the hardest is the one you're meant to keep.